Welcome back. I'm still with the chair of the Great British PAC, Ben Habib. Ben, you will recall last year when the International Criminal Court, a pretty notoriously left-wing mob they are too, they issued an arrest warrant for Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for alleged war crimes. You will recall that our worryingly hopeless Foreign Secretary David Lammy immediately, he couldn't wait to back them, immediately announced Britain will 100% cooperate, he said. So he actually, in effect, said if the democratically elected Prime Minister of Israel comes to Britain, Britain will back his arrest for the International Criminal Court. An absolutely ridiculous thing to say. But then again, Lammy is a ridiculous man. Now he's at the centre of another row because on Saturday, two lefty backbench Labour MPs flew to Israel. They were the incredibly obscure Yuan, the MP for Early and Woodley, and the equally obscure Abtisam Mohamed, the MP for Sheffield Central. Now, they arrived there and basically weren't allowed in. They said that they were here as part, this is their quote, part of an official parliamentary delegation from Britain. What they actually wanted to do was to go to the West Bank and sort of sympathise with the Palestinians and talk about humanitarian horrors committed by Israel. So Israel said, well, sorry, we believe that you are here to spread anti-Israel hatred and you're not coming in. So they were turned around. Now, Israel did actually say to this pair of posers, look, you can appeal this decision. We will even pay for a hotel for you in the airport area. But you're not coming in at this stage. So they both get on the plane and they came back and they're now talking about their outrageous treatment. And also Lammy is saying it's absolutely disgusting, disgraceful, this mustn't happen. And when Kemi Badenoch defended the right of Israel to police its own borders, which I think we should all defend, Lammy stormed, it's disgraceful. You are cheerleading another country for detaining and deporting two British MPs. Do you say the same about Tory MPs from China? And Kemi said, quite well, I thought, unlike China, Israel is our ally and a democracy. A good foreign secretary will be able to make that distinction. It's so double standards, isn't it? And who do these two MPs think they are? You can't talk about naive. You know, one of them is obviously a Muslim. I don't know what Yuan Yang's religion is, but they are classic left-wing, Labour backbenchers. Who do they think they are? That they could just turn up in Israel and say, oh, we're going to have to talk to the Palestinians about how awful you are. I mean, talk about naive. I'll tell you something. If nothing else, Keir Starmer should bollock these two and say, don't do that again. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely. I mean, it's naive and it's stupid. It's stupid and it's entitled. How dare they go to a sovereign democratic country and regard themselves having a right to be there to speak against that same sovereign country? And I mean, our government should take a lead from the fact that actually you can detain and deport people. Maybe if they'd gone there in a dinghy, they would have got other treatment. But the other thing I think worth just touching on is their preparedness to liken China to Israel. And of course, we all know that China is effectively a communist totalitarian regime and Israel is a democracy and an ally. But the fact that they don't know the difference intuitively and in their gut, that they don't feel that Israel is more like us than China is, tells you how completely hijacked their ideology is.
Well, but Ben, these people hate Israel. These people are classic left-wing Labour MPs. They hate Israel.
Absolutely.
They absolutely hate Israel.
And what about all the Uyghur Muslims? You know, they talk about Muslim rights and Islamophobia and the persecution of Muslims by Israel in Gaza, etc. The Chinese are persecuting millions of Muslims, have done so for decades. No one seems in our government to give a damn. We'll continue to have free trade with China. We'll continue to import their tat, made often by slave labor, made often by industry that's powered by coal power rather than by renewables. And we'll turn a blind eye to all of that. And yet when a country enforces its sovereign right to protect itself, these people are all up in arms. It's a complete joke.
Yeah, and these two, talk about entitled. They think that they could just turn up. As the Israelis say, they kind of pretended this was official British government business. And of course the Israeli immigration officials checked all their files. There was nothing about them at all. They hadn't been informed or pre-warned at all about these two Labour politicians turning up there. So it wasn't an official British government business trip for a kick-off. They then, both of them, issue a statement saying that we're astounded at this unprecedented step taken by the Israeli authorities. It is vital that parliamentarians are able to witness firsthand the situation in the occupied Palestinian territory, and so on and so forth. Who the hell do you two think you are? Also,
Why don't these MPs go to suburban England and look at the disaster that they've made of those areas rather than going to Israel, trying to find problems for Israel? Go to Rotherham. Go to Leeds, go to Leicester, go to any number of places in the United Kingdom where British people are being abused and protect those people. Don't go to Israel and start protecting foreigners.
And they chose, as I say, Israel said, look, I don't think that Israel does this for everyone, but they said, since you are, British MPs, you're representatives of the people, and you object to us not letting you in, we will actually pay for your hotel to stay here while you lodge your appeal.
That's the only thing, Kevin. That's the only thing with which I disagree with the Israeli government.
Well,
they should have put them in jail. They should have put them in prison. I would not have given them a hotel room. Sorry, I interrupted you.
And then thrown away the key. That's just a joke. But anyway, Israel went out of their way to help. But what did they do? Oh no, we don't want that. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll fly home and we'll make a big noise about it. So we'll look really heroic to all the pro-Palestine fanatics here in Britain and all our fellow Labour Israel haters. That's what this is all about. Couple of kids, naive kids. That's how they behaved, and I think they embarrassed this country, to be honest with you.
I think the government embarrasses this country. I think our government stands against this country. Our government is an absolute travesty. We've discussed nothing other than the way that they've abused this country throughout this programme. Starting from Southport to the double standards of Lindsay Hoyle, the teacher setting aside Christian culture. I mean, it's an abomination, the way that we've been delivered into this existential threat that the country faces.
I'll tell you, Ben, it is all getting very, very worrying. As I say, on any given day, I could come up with 5 or 6 stories that you and I think could really anger the people of Britain about. And it's all down to this hopeless government, this dangerous government, I think. Ben, been a pleasure speaking to you as always. Come on again very soon. Ben Habib, the chair of the Great British PAC there.